Mampy, where do you know, Mampy? Mampy, man, on the internet on my yard. I do want a video call and show your style, is it? Mampy, upgrading a Mampy. Back to your regular. That one name Kill Police. See it, Mampy? You see it, Mampy? Mampy. Me no want do it, Mampy. God no. You see it, Mampy. See it there. You see it, Mampy. Mampy. You see it? Me tell you, Mampy. Last night I seen it in dark. Lord. See it, Mampy. Mampy there. Me know say you see it. Me know for sure say you see it, Mampy. You see me? Me know for sure say you see them. Say they in there. You see them, Mampy? Look, Mampy. You see say they in there, Mampy. I told no much about it last night, Mampy. Oh God, Mampy, you sing sweet. I want you hear you see, Mama. I want you hear it. You bad. Full of effect, Mama. You say, I'm a chop one out of it, you know. Mampy, idea. Me don't want chop one right now, but me can't chop one for you right now, Mampy. Sorry. You see it. Full effect, Mampy. I tell you. Last night, problem.
JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, alleged church robbers ordered to attend worship service. A Kingston peer was on Tuesday ordered by Parish Judge Carlo Mason to attend the weekly worship services at the church they allegedly robbed of $250,000 worth of sacred items. Kedisha Swaby, 37, and Lynell Atkinson, 49, were before Mason in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court to answer to the charge of sacrilege, which is theft or violation of something sacred. They did not enter a plea yesterday. The court heard that on September 22, Swaby and Atkinson broke into the Church of God, Body of Christ Jamaica Conference, located at Windward Road, Kingston 2, and stole items valued at about $250,000. The pastor of the church said he was alerted by an alarm system installed at the place of worship. Swaby was apprehended on the day of the incident, while Atkins was captured days after. I remember the days when even gunmen were afraid to turn their heads to a church. Now I am hearing that people have robbed the church. Pastor, you and I know the scripture. The heart is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? Judge Mason said. Atkins was offered $150,000 bail with at least 2 sureties. As a condition of his bail, he is expected to attend the services of the church every Saturday. The same conditions were imposed on Swaby. The judge ordered that the 2 accused stay for the whole service. Don't worry, Miss Swaby, they won't malice you. I'm sure they'll give you a warm embrace, he said. I expect that pastor will make a report to satisfy the court, he added. Swaby and Atkinson are presented by attorney at law Carrion Wilson and are to report to the police twice weekly. The matter is set for mention on January 4, 2024. Sound system selector shot dead in Spanish Town. A sound system selector was shot dead by gunmen in Dempsey Pen, Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Tuesday morning. He has been identified as 40-year-old David Palmer, who is also a construction worker from the community. It was reported that around 10:45 a.m., residents reportedly heard several loud explosions in the area and stumbled upon the body of the now deceased. The police were summoned and upon their arrival, saw the now deceased lying on his back along the roadway. He was reportedly wearing a grey shirt, grey shorts, and had a green-colored sheet over the lower part of his feet. The body had what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the chest. No motive has yet been established for the killing, the police say. 83-year-old woman killed in Greenwich Town quadruple shooting. 4 people, including 3 senior citizens, were shot in Greenwich Town, Kingston on Tuesday. One of the senior citizens has died. She was the oldest of the 4 victims. The deceased has been identified as 83-year-old Una Buchanan. The other injured victims are a 63-year-old man, a 73-year-old man, and a 33-year-old man, all of Kingston 13 addresses. They were reportedly shot during a drive-by shooting at about 4:50 in the afternoon. Man preparing to migrate to the U.S. killed by a stray bullet. A long-standing family dispute over land is alleged to be the cause of a double murder in the Cushing Road section of Parks Road in St. Andrew on Monday evening, cutting plans short for one of the two elderly victims who was preparing to migrate to the United States. The two victims have been identified as 76-year-old Walton Pusey and the 61-year-old Sylvester Leslie, who was the one relative said was planning to migrate and join his fiancée in the U.S. The double murder is said to have taken place between 6:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. Monday, when residents reportedly heard explosions. The bloody body of Pusey, who is believed to have been the target, was found following the shooting. Tuesday morning, Leslie's body was discovered in bushes. Police theorized Pusey, who was reportedly before the court in a heated land dispute, was the target of the deadly attack. A judgment in this court matter was expected to be made this week. From what I gather, it was leaning in his favor and so possibly was taken out, an investigator who requested not to be named said on Tuesday. It is theorized that Leslie, who was on his way home, got caught in the gunfire. One of Leslie's relatives placed both hands on her head on Tuesday morning as reality hit that he would no longer be rushing to her assistance whenever there was a manly task to be undertaken at her house. Nobody was looking for this, said the relative, adding that a number of people were in mourning. Somebody called me this morning and said for run come because him dead. I understand that he wasn't supposed to go work this morning. He was supposed to go and do his medical to go to America. It was a laborer and was the father of three, said Leslie's relative. We don't know what really caused this. A whole lot of shots were fired. He seemed to have got caught up in the gunfire. Eyewitnesses said when the car stopped, the man just going upon the other man and started to shoot him, the relative claimed. Residents alleged that it was known to many that there was a long-standing issue between Pusey and a relative over land. They claimed that the land dispute had been the source of misery for Pusey. Alleged hitman charge for American woman and a Chinese businessman's murder in St. Catherine. The St. Catherine North Police have arrested and charged an alleged hitman in relation to the murder of an American, Shernette Hammond, on September 23. Hammond was shot and killed while traveling in a taxi from a funeral at Meadowrest in St. Catherine. It was reported that a gunman opened fire on the vehicle in the Red Pond area of the parish, targeting Hammond, who suffered multiple gunshot wounds to her head and upper body. She was pronounced dead on arrival at hospital. The accused, Kerry Rutherford, otherwise called Madman, a painter, was charged on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Rutherford was charged on Wednesday with the murder of Chinese businessman, 39-year-old Xian Shi, in July 2018. She operated a grocery store on Featherbed Lane, Spanish Town. He is also charged with burglary in relation to the incident. It's reported that about 6 a.m. on July 21, 2018, Rutherford and men broke and entered into Shi's private quarters and bound his hands and feet. They proceeded to inflict several chop wounds to his body and head. The men then escaped. Additionally, the police are probing Rutherford's possible involvement in two other murders in the Fraser's Content area. Speaking on the ongoing investigations, Commanding Officer for St. Catherine North Division, Senior Superintendent Howard Chambers, emphasized the importance of community collaboration in solving these crimes, stating, "We continue to work with the citizens of St. Catherine North and we hope they'll collaborate with us because if we work together, we'll definitely solve more of these crimes." The St. Catherine North Division has shown progress in reducing crime rates when compared with the previous year, with a 22% decrease in murders. The police say they're actively focusing on cases involving multiple fatalities and closely monitoring hotspots. To enhance security measures, foot patrols have also been increased in town centre and operations are being conducted based on information. To enhance security measures, foot patrols have also been increased in town centre and operations are being conducted based on information. Police are also relying on surveillance cameras monitored through the Jamaica Eye system. Police investigating death threat against Meadows. The Trelawney police say they're investigating an alleged death threat against People's National Party caretaker for Northern Trelawney, Dennis Meadows. Meadows stated that he has been receiving threats for months and decided to record one of the calls. In that recording, an unidentified caller can be heard saying, "I'm a labourer from Falmouth and your body will be in Meadowrest. We're coming for you." Superintendent in charge of the Trelawney Police, Winston Milton, confirmed receiving a report of the threat. "We have received the report of the threat to Mr. Meadows. Our criminal investigation unit has commenced an investigation into the report. We are treating the matter with the utmost seriousness it deserves," Milton said. Meadows issued a statement in which he said, "I have since put in place security for myself and family. Nothing can deter me from wresting the seat from the governing party. Meadows has 3 times unsuccessfully represented the Jamaica Labour Party in the Northern Trelawney constituency. Clarendon man now charged with murder of Canadian wife. The Clarendon police have upgraded to murder the charge against Rory Palmer in relation to the death of his wife, Canadian national Jada Whitehead, in Portland Cottage, Clarendon 5 months ago. Palmer, a 28-year-old fisherman of Portland Cottage, was initially charged with assault, occasioning grievous bodily harm with intent, but the police said the charge was upgraded following extensive investigation and consultation with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Crime Office. Palmer's court date is being arranged. It was reported that about 4 p.m. on May 13, Palmer and Whitehead had a dispute that became physical. Palmer reportedly threw a fan at his wife, hitting her in the face, after which he slammed her head into a wall several times. She was later found unresponsive. Whitehead was pronounced dead at hospital. Few guilty pleas in firearms cases noted. There's been a reduction in the number of guilty pleas in the gun court since the introduction of the mandatory minimum sentence for firearm offences. Justice Minister Delroy Chuckers noted that the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Chief Justice have expressed concern over the decline. He said people charged with breaches under the Act are more willing to take their chances at trial because of the reduced incentive to plead guilty. Before the recent Firearms Act amendment, there were many guilty pleas because offenders usually got between 5 and 10 years. But now, because the mandatory minimum is 15, they are not getting the plea because people take a chance. Chuck said the opportunity for a sentence reduction under the amendment statute arises from the accused telling where they got the gun from and from who. The offender can come within the Plea Negotiation Act if they help the Crown to solve crime, but unfortunately, many don't want to be an informer. The Justice Minister was speaking Tuesday at a meeting of the Joint Select Committee of Parliament considering the Criminal Justice Bill. Mayor shed tears for overcrowded Sav Hospital. A teary-eyed Bertel Moore, Mayor of Savlamar, has decried the overcrowding condition at the Savlamar Hospital Accident and Emergency Ward. He noted that the problem of inadequate bed space at the medical facility must be addressed to prevent children and adults from sharing the cramped space on the ward as they seek medical care. According to Moore, on a recent visit to the hospital, he broke down in tears when he saw the unsuitable condition where patients, doctors, and other medical staff are forced to operate. When I saw the emergency room, honestly, tears came to my eyes after going into that room, Moore told councillors at Thursday's monthly general meeting of the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation. I could see little boys, little girls. I could see big men and women all in a cluster inside there, he continued. The reason given for the hospital's bed space problem is an increase in social patients and a surge in dengue and respiratory cases that have pushed the town's medical facility beyond its operational capacity. Earlier this month, Camille Lowen, Chief Executive Officer of the hospital, said social cases over the last 3 months have increased further. Our numbers have been rising. In July and August, we were at 22. The count for social cases, and this month we're at 32, Lowen said recently. But Moore, who is also the outgoing councillor for the Negril Division, said there is an urgent need for corrective measures. He shared that the unacceptable state of affairs is robbing people of their dignity. Moore shared that on the same afternoon of his visit to the hospital, he received a call from a friend in Boston, USA, who informed him of a disturbing incident where a patient was exposed. After I left the hospital, I got a call from someone in Boston. The person's sister was on the emergency ward while they were tidying her. She was exposed to the public. There was not even a screen to put around the lady while they were tidying her, the mayor shared. This cannot continue. We need to do something at the hospital now. It just cannot work like that, the mayor insisted. He also called on Dr. Marcia Graham, Medical Officer of Health for the parish, to inform Dr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health and Wellness, to immediately do something to solve the problem. When you look in that emergency section, I counted close to 90 patients in there, and if I saw 2 nurses, I would have seen many, More revealed. How can we operate like that? It definitely cannot continue at the hospital in this manner, he insisted. Mom grieving over son's horror death as 4 killed in multi-bike crash in Westmoreland. The mother of O.J. Brown, one of the 4 men killed in a fiery motorbike crash in Waterworks, Westmoreland on Monday night, likened the scene of her son's death to that of the horror movie Final Destination. Teresa Phillips said the no deceased men got a horrible death. Like Final Destination, if you have ever seen that movie, better one foot did hit off. I was at the hospital unconscious. When I went down there last night, I couldn't hold my composure. But if it is him for the last time, I had to see him. They mash up real bad, real bad. And even through all of that, I could still identify him. Him had the one when face split in a two. One of his eyes bulged and him break up. He was in the drain and a part of him in the road, the distraught mother recalled. The other 3 deceased have been identified as 18-year-old Jermaine Scott of Pentecost Lane, Darlington, 24-year-old Ricky McLeod, and the 17-year-old Oyin Salmon, both of Ashton District in the parish. Reports from the police are that on Monday night, the 4 men were travelling on 3 motorcycles. When on reaching a section of the Waterworks main road, the drivers of the bikes failed to keep left and collided with the front section of a motor truck, causing extensive damage to all motor vehicles. The 3 drivers of the motorcycles died on the scene, while the 4th man, who was a pillion rider, was rushed to the Savamore Public General Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries on Tuesday morning. Phillips, in an interview on Tuesday afternoon, said that she did not like the idea of her son driving a bike. Me tell him to park the bike. Every day me pray for the bike mash up. Whenever the bike is not riding, Sandra is in the yard. The bike drop him 2 times and him not tell me. I only see his bruises, Phillips said. Phillips said she got the news of her son's tragic death via phone call. Me go over, me hear my phone a ring, and my daughter answer it. And after she answer it, me hear she scream and she even curse. So me I say, what happened, Shanique, what happened? She said an individual said Sanjay crash and him now move, a tearful Phillips recounted. She later made her way to the crash site where she saw the horrific scene. Me see the bikes and me see 2 persons that I could identify in the group of persons. And when I rose up, I didn't see him. But the other 2 persons that I saw, I know he'd be there. The mother, who described her son as jovial, said, I think nobody can pass a bad assertion about that little boy, one resident, popularly known as Miss June, said. Miss June says she would often warn the now deceased to slow down, adding that the young men refuse to drive their bikes cautiously on the road. Them refuse some hearing take time. Them don't hear take time ride. Nobody's here to tell you the accident happened. If it's their father, the truck driver's fault. But me know them ride hard. Me nah go bias. Me know them ride hard, she said. Phillips, who was a porter at the Savamore Hospital, said one should want to give advice to other bikers. They generally refuse to take heed. As far as how I see it now, these young men now learn. When accidents reach them say a ready person can't ride. I don't think them take it serious until it hits home. No matter how they think they're a professional rider, that is why it's called an accident, the mother charged before breaking down into tears. According to the latest crash report, 324 people have died on the road since the start of the year. Of the 324 people killed, 108 of those are motorcyclists. Westmoreland is one of the parishes with the highest fatalities, being 46. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.